Hi, my name is Momo. I'm one of the members on Team Laser. And exciting news, we got a new laser. It's the CO2 100-watt laser from Light Object. And we're going to show you the startup checklist to how to use this new laser. Push the main switch on. This will turn on the ventilation and the laser machine, and the chiller and the compressor. So to turn on the laser, here is the new buttons. The green button is for the low voltage and red button is for the high voltage. Both buttons need to be pressed on for the laser to cut.
Turn on the filter by pushing the on button. The button should light up green. Make sure to turn the filter off every 50 minutes, whether the laser is being used for cutting engraving or not. This prevents the filter motor from overheating. Make sure to let it cool down for 10 minutes before turning it back on.
The last step is grab your fob and fob in. So after turning on the main switch, everything sounds like it came on, but make sure that the compressor and chiller is indeed on. And to do that, the compressor over here, you can feel it vibrating. That means it's good to go. And the chiller over here, it's reading out 17.5 degrees, so we're good to go. So this may change in the future too after the repair, but one thing we want you to check right now is come around to the back and make sure that this valve pan is empty of water, clear of water. Right now it's dry, so we're good to go. So for the new laser, there's two handles. Make sure to hold both handles and open gently all the way up. Don't let it just fling up to stress the hinges. Another new feature is we have a red dot indicating where the laser is going to fire. And this is going to be really useful when you're positioning your material on the bed. And here is another button that says red light. You can push it to turn the red dot off if you want to take a look at smaller details and the red dot is getting in the way. So, but usually this should be left on to help everyone determine where the origin is. The position of the start button has also changed. It used to be, I believe, down here in the older controller, but it's now up here. And we've also added the emergency stop. So if you press this down, the laser machine will shut off. And turn it a little bit clockwise, and this button will pop up and the laser will be back on. So the new focal distance from the top surface of the material to the cone is 7.5 millimeters for engraving and 6 millimeters for cutting. So we have a measuring tool in this measuring drawer, this acrylic piece right here, and you can see cutting 6 millimeters, etching 7.5 millimeters. So please use this to measure the distance. And also another thing that's changed is the honeycomb is magnetic. So we have these strong magnets in the cut drawer. You can see these guys, and you can use these to keep the material flat. Try to avoid the cone from hitting these magnets, but in case it does, the magnets will shift over. But try to avoid that as much as possible. And when you want to lift on the magnets, it's really strong, so just push it to its side and kind of leverage it off. Don't pull straight off. Okay. The new laser doesn't have a temperature gauge, so the way we gauge the temperature is by the chiller over here. You can see that it's 16.8. After running it for maybe 10-20 minutes, depending on the settings, it can go up to 18, 19. So just keep an eye on it and make sure it doesn't go too high.
I accidentally turned off the microphone for this segment, so forgive the voiceover. When you're preparing your file, you're now going to have to make sure you go into Layer Parameters and check the Blow checkbox. This will ensure that the laser actually blows away your burning material, which is, obviously, very important. Thank you. And now, back to our regularly scheduled programming.
So for now, the honeycomb stays inside. It's changed from the last laser. There's a couple of frames that you have to take out and unlocking and unlatching in order to take the honeycomb out. So we're keeping the honeycomb inside. So in order to clean underneath the honeycomb, we need to open up the front panel. And to do that, we grab the keys from the toolbox, which is over here. There should be one in the red toolbox and the green toolbox. And here it is. So here we're going to open up 2 keys or 2 locks. Be gentle with that. And there's a second panel with the same key. You can access. And you can see all the debris that has fallen underneath the honeycomb. So now with the shop vacuum, you have access to underneath the honeycomb. So just clean up the debris. Like so. So here are the steps to shut down everything. First of all, you want to fob out. There we go. And next thing you want to do is turn off the laser. So turn off the high voltage, turn off the low voltage.
Make sure to turn off the filter by pushing the big green button. The green light underneath the button should also turn off.
Then turn off the main switch. That will shut down the compressor and chiller as well.